Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and we are up to week number 3 of Jazz Under the Stars, and it's my pleasure to welcome to the KCCK studios 3 of the principals of week 3 of Jazz Under the Stars, going up on August 21st, several of whom need very little introduction to the KCCK audience, beginning with Dan. Yes, well, we'll begin with Dan Johnson. Dan, great to have you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And Kevin B.F. Burt. Kevin, always a pleasure to have you in the studio.
It is my pleasure, my honor, sir.
Both of you have been here to talk and to play and play records and stuff many, many times. But I'd also like to welcome Griffin Shroyer, who is on the bill as well. Griffin,
thank you.
Nice to have you here.
Great to be here.
So we'll talk through as we go what's going on. I think Griffin, we'll start with you because you take the stage first. As most people know, since 2019, we have invited student bands, high school and college, to participate in Jazz Under the Stars as opening acts. And Griffin, I know that you've attended many of these concerts, and now you get to play.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Cool. Very, very excited. Yeah.
And not only that, you get to share the stage with, can I say these guys are kind of your idols?
Yeah.
Because you come from a musical family of music fans. Your mom and dad have taken you to concerts since you were a baby. I have a picture of you when you were about 5 getting an impromptu harmonica lesson from Kevin at a Blues in the School show years and years ago. And then I was so pleased and thrilled when all of a sudden you get to be in middle school and you show up one day at jazz band camp.
Yes.
Your primary instrument is the keyboard, piano player. So who have you taken lessons from? Because I know it's been from a kind of a wide variety of teachers.
Well, I think it's, there's been a wide variety. It started in kindergarten, actually. My school offered piano lessons there. It was more classical, but slowly through the years, I worked more closer towards jazz and blues stuff. I've worked with people at Iowa. One of the students, one of my mentors, Carson Parker, I'm sure, yeah.
Yep. Carson's performed many times in our various gigs.
I've worked with Menefield, Conrad down at UNI this summer at the camp.
Boy, too bad you couldn't find any good teachers.
Yeah.
It's just so hard. And, of course, you've been learning the blues from these guys, again, since you were pretty much a toddler.
Yeah.
Tell me about your band. Tell me about 10th Street Rapids.
Well, we all met down at McKinley Middle School in Cedar Rapids, which is actually where the name comes from. It's just right off 10th Street, and, we were kind of getting up to a gig, and we were like, well, we got to come up with a band name. I was like, well, we all met on 10th Street, and we're in Cedar Rapids. Put the two together. 3 of us are going into our junior year. One of us is going into a sophomore year. We're all at Washington High School. We all do jazz band, and they're really all great musicians. They're great to work with.
And who are the other members of the band?
We have Aben on saxophone and bass. Because just a quick thing, we're all multi-instrumentalists, so we all at least play. We all play another instrument at one point or another in the show. But he plays saxophone and bass and drums. I forgot about that one. And then our guitarist will play bass as well. His name's Mason. And then our drummer, August, he also plays keyboard. So.
And several of you did jazz band camp when you were in middle school as well. So it's been our pleasure to kind of watch you develop as musicians, and it's fun when the revolutionists come into the Corridor Jazz Project, and you guys always do a great job. And looking forward to your performance, which is going to kick off a great night. And now I'm going to bring Kevin and Dan into this. KCCK's 50th. I came to you guys many, many months ago and said we really want, we know that we want one night to be focused on the blues because of our great blues and R&B traditions here in eastern Iowa, from Iowa City all the way up to Waterloo, Cedar Falls. Been such a rich tradition, and you two have been linchpins in that for all of these years, and you have put together a crazy good show that is really going to show the width and the breadth of what we do. So thanks for that.
Yeah, the beauty of everybody that's involved is there's 10 times that number of musicians, in my opinion, that ought to and deserve a spot on that stage during the course of the evening. I mean, there's a wonderful collection of souls that are fantastic musicians. I mean, incredible world-class musicians that are in this area, and we're either blessed or cursed with with that as a thing, just because, you know, for the younger generation, they get to look at it and see, you know, this is what you're teaching me, but I'm watching this person apply it every day, every chance I get. This person applies it in a way that doesn't take this music in front of him. This person applies it based on what they're hearing in the moment all the time. And I think that that's an art form in itself that's getting lost. And so to be able to see these students coming along and want to exercise their power of improvisation is remarkable.
Well, and as you said, we could do 8 Jazz Under the Stars concerts featuring these musicians.
And not repeat anybody.
And not repeat anybody. But we're getting as many as we can on stage this night. Dan, before we talk about what we have planned for Thursday night, take me back just a little bit, because you've been a part of this scene as long as anybody. And when, you know, you first met, you know, the Janies, when you first started hanging around with Dennis McMurrin, the Daddy-O, what was it like?
Well, the Daddy-O wasn't the Daddy-O when I met him. He was Danny McMurrin, and he became the Daddy-O sometime in the 80s. And now he's the Daddy-O. And I don't know if anybody knows the story about how come he's the Daddy-O. He couldn't remember anybody's name, so he called everybody Daddy-O. And pretty soon it just bounced right back on him, and then he was the Daddy-O. But I knew about, like, Billy Janey, of course. I did an album with him in the 80s. It was the first time I actually played with him. It was called Super Jam. And then later on, Bryce grew up. And when he was 21, we played in Memphis with the Janies, and his mom was still playing drums. So that's when I really started getting acquainted with him. And then I got the call whenever they did new albums, Bryce and Billy both. And just over the years, Daddy-O was already a rock star. He was playing before I ever played. And I don't even know if I want to say the year when I first saw him, because I'm old.
I'm just mumbling.
Getting old. About 69.
Yeah. Kevin, I know you grew up in Waterloo, and yes, I know that then moved more or less to Iowa City, which has kind of been your base. The music community, of course, has always been organic and encompassed all the cities. But as you started getting your music together in the 90s, when did you start hanging with these guys all along, or was it something that happened more gradually?
It happened pretty gradual. I mean, the music kind of found me. It wasn't anything that was intentional in my world. I didn't come to Iowa City as a musician. I came to Iowa City to work and potentially get into graduate school. It's just that it happened at a point in my life that I was at a remarkably low point, just because everything that I thought that I was had disappeared. I thought all I was good for was playing the game of football. And when the game of football got done with me, I was ready to check myself off the planet. And music found me. It saved my life. I mean, it's weird, and it's feels kind of cliche at different times, but it's not. It's actually what happened. It let me know that I had a value beyond just being big and being able to move people. You know, I'm big and I'm still able to move people. It's just in a different way.
That's right. You move us emotionally now.
You know, and so. And it just turned into a thing. And so, DJ was one of the first people that I met that did it for a living. You know, when you ask him what he did, I'm a musician. He didn't hesitate. And I was always told, hey man, if you're gonna do this in here, you gotta have a day job. You don't quit your day job. Don't do it. You're gonna. This is tough. This is hard. This is all of these things. But getting up every morning and going to do something that I didn't want to do was twice as hard. Yeah. And I did it. I started, when I started my music career, I had 5 jobs. And then I tried to do music on the side. And it went down to 4, 3, 2, and 1. And eventually music won. But it was hard to let go but it's a steady paycheck. But it's not. It can be taken away at any moment, you know. At any moment, if somebody that's above you decides that you no longer deserve to get that paycheck, you won't. And with this, as long as I can move air uniquely, people will give me an opportunity to do that. And so I can do that as often as I'm capable of. And I've been blessed with a strong voice.
Talking with Kevin Burt, Dan Johnson, and Griffin Shroyer as we get ready for the 3rd week of Jazz Under the Stars, which also will not only include great music, but also KCCK's album and CD sale. Let me tell you, we had a huge album collection donated to us by a woman who has passed on, but she grew up in the UK in the 60s. So there's all kinds of early pressings of people that you have heard of for a very long time. So there's so we're gonna have some really cool vintage stuff.
Any CDs in our contract?
All the CDs you can eat.
M&Ms and CDs. Yeah.
That's right.
Dan, so you've been working really hard with very little help or guidance from me in designing this program because you know all the players and you've got a great sense of how things flow. And tell me a little bit about how the evening is going to shape up on stage.
Well, a lot of people are going to come to see Daddy-O, frankly. Daddy-O's slowing down a little bit, and we haven't played Jazz Under the Stars since 2015.
And 10 years. God, it has been 10 years.
Yeah, that one was in 2015, if I might just say real quick. It was the last incarnation of his band called the Demolition Band. And that was with the great Bobby Thompson on sax. And that particular night, we had John Wilson playing drums. Paul Cunliffe was the longtime member on drums there. But that particular night, John Wilson on drums. And anyway, turned out to be a really good night. And the short story is Daddy always said there's been 85,000 views of that.
Yeah, that concert
gig.
is.
Daddy-O's kind of proud of that.
It's on our YouTube channel, and that and Pharaoh Sanders are the two biggest views on our YouTube channel.
So anyway,
that's
I
pretty
thought
good company.
We'd probably start the show with Daddy-O, and then the Janies are going to be there, of course, and those guys they're so prolific songwriters. We're going to be doing some of their great original hits. They're also both on Fervor Records now. I work part-time for Fervor Records, and we got some of their songs on radio and TV now.
Oh, excellent, yeah.
So they actually have some hits that are out there, and we're going to be doing those. So we'll add Daddy-O first and the Janies, and then we're going to clear the stage, and we're going to let Kevin Burt do his Iowa Blues thing. And then Big Medicine, which is me and Eric Douglas, are going to join him for a couple numbers. And then I'm thinking after that,
it's a free-for-all.
It's an all skate.
We'll get everybody out there.
This is going to be so much fun, and one of the most fun things, and the thing that I love about it is that it's going to be a little unpredictable. It's
I gotta go. I go to gigs. I don't want to know everything that's going to happen, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing about live music is whether you're there or not, whatever happens is a story that you either get to tell or be told. You know, it's an experience. It is. It's, if you're not there, you missed out. It's that simple. Yeah. But whatever is about to happen happens with or without you there. And so do you want to be told the story or do you want to experience it? Mm-hmm. And that's what live entertainment is, night after night after night after night.
Well, and that's why we continue to do it.
Yeah.
Even in this Spotify streaming age.
I tell folks all the time, it's like, as musicians, we're never in competition with one another throughout the year, throughout any night. We're in competition with your couch.
Right on.
Your couch is that spot, that magical place that transforms and brings you to this wonderful place of bliss, And if I can beat that point of bliss enough where you come out to see me or you go out to see Griffin or you go out to see a DJ and do his thing, or the Janies or the Daddy-O, in that moment you get an opportunity to do something unique, and it only happens once. I don't care how many times we play in a week. If we play it for a week in the same spot, every experience is going to be different. And that's what live entertainment gets to do.
Yeah.
And all of these folks are incredible at it. But if your couch wins, you get told the story.
All right.
So come on out is what you're saying.
Yep. And Griffin, don't go home, because I suspect we'll need you as the night wears on, too.
Nobody in the band gets to go home. That's the downside of being the early act, man, is you just sitting there and the wings going, put me in? Because we going to put you in.
I think we're all going to find some ways to have some unique fun. It is going to be an unforgettable night. Jazz Under the Stars, week number 3, August 21st, along with the KCCK album and CD sale. Things fire up at 6:30 with 10th Street Rapids. Thank you all for being here. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Dennis.
Big love, man. Thank you for the opportunity.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.